Hello guys, I hope you all are doing well. Okay, this is a Friday video, so let's start with our prelims analysis, our MCQ question papers that we were solving. I'm really happy today because yes, this time it's 10 questions a week and not just 5 questions a week. This would enhance and effectively increase the speed in which we solve our papers, and then we can look over the mock things and everything. So let's begin with the video and look into the next 10 questions today. We start with the 41st question today, which is which of the following have coral reefs? So we've discussed about the coral reefs question in our Saturday answer writing discussion round, and here we have the locations of the coral reefs that we need to talk of. So you know how you can just interlink everything, because if you've read the answers, you had your examples written there, and from that you can bring out where all the coral reefs are there. And since for people who haven't watched that video, I am giving it out here. So coral reefs, you are found in more than 100 countries around the world, but they are located between the tropics of Cancer and Capricorn and equator area. So in short, the Sundarbans part, which is there, is not there. You'll find that in all of the places the Sundarbans is not there. So coral reefs are there in A, 1, 2 and 3 only. Now let's look into the next question. In India, the problem of soil erosion is associated with which of the following? Now, terrace cultivation is not at all a soil erosion. Deforestation, no, without a doubt it is. And tropical climate, come on, we have plants in the tropical climate also, so that's also not a very disadvantageous thing. So this is a very, very clear-cut answer, and I am just hoping that 2021 has questions like these. But then, yes, the correct answer would be B, 2 only, because it's only deforestation, no terrace cultivation, because that's helpful for the environment. And tropical climate definitely is a type of climate where some or the other type of plant would survive. So soil erosion cannot be a particular problem there. Then we move to our next question for today. The seasonal reversal of winds is the typical characteristic of equatorial climate. Well, you have rain all throughout in that season, in that place I mean, and then all of the above climates cannot be an option. Now if you look at Mediterranean climate, there is no seasonal reversal of winds, but it's like the Punjab monsoon here, which is affected because of that Mediterranean climate. So that's also not an option. And monsoon climate we do see about the Tamil Nadu rains, which happens in October and November. That's because of the reversal of winds thing that happens, and thus monsoon climate is a type of climate where the seasonal reversal of winds is the typical characteristic. So the correct answer then becomes 43C. So the correct answer for this question 43 of 2014 paper test series A is C, monsoon climate. Now we have another question, that is the 44th question that we are looking into, and then we'll have the century completed today. So yeah, let's continue. With reference to the cultural history of India, the term Panchayatan refers to an assembly of village elders, religious sect, style of temple construction and an administrative functionary. Now this is a very direct question, because if you know the answer. If you don't know, you cannot just guess it, because all of these are very different, and I couldn't guess it if I wouldn't have known it. So yeah, Panchayatan in general is in the Indian architecture is the temple construction thing, where that is the main shrine, and apart from that it's the type of temple construction where other shrines are there located, and this is a construction thing that is made, and this is how it goes. So we will be studying about this when we go through our Indian art and architecture, our culture and everything, and we look at it there then. And until then, we can just learn these things so that we know what to study when we go there. So the correct answer for 44 is C, a style of temple construction. So Panchayatan in cultural history of India is a style of temple construction in which a lot of temples are built, and we'll study about the examples when we do that. Then we have, consider the following rivers: Barak, Lohit, Subansiri. Which of the above flows a flow through Arunachal Pradesh? So now you see the pattern of the question. It's not just about which river is where and everything. It's a lot more than that, because here they've given you 3 rivers or 4 rivers, and suppose you're there in the exam hall panicky and everything, and then you have to remember Arunachal Pradesh mein kaun se rivers hai. So this is a big doubt. But if you look at, there is Brahmaputra, there is Lohit, Kameng, Subansiri, Dambaku, Tirap, Naoding, Siom River, Dihing, Par River, Nyamjungju, Nawang, Namkachu, Sumdorong Chu, Bichom River, and the Krong River. So the correct answer is Barak is not there, Lohit is there, Subansiri is there. So it's 2 and 3B. So 45B. So if you do not have any idea about this, just Google the rivers and quickly note it down so that you know it the next time, because this pattern can also be there. Then we have the next question. This is like the match the following thing. So we have 3 points, the wetlands that they are called, and we have the confluence of rivers, and what we have to do is see which of them are correctly matched. And for that we'll have to know about their location, where are they located, and everything like that. And again, the sanctuaries, the parks, and these wetlands become important because match the following is too much there. So Harike wetlands, we have Keoladeo Ghana and Koleru Lake. So when we look at Harike wetlands, you'll see it's located in Punjab. The type is the freshwater wetland, and the primary inflows is Beas and Satluj River, which is the correct pair that they have given. So according to the question, Harike wetlands is there in Beas and Satluj River, and this is a correct answer also. So our first option gets correct. Then we have Keoladeo National Park or Keoladeo Ghana National Park. Let's first know about what all it's there. It's Bharatpur Bird Sanctuary. It's in Bharatpur, Rajasthan, India. Famous avifauna sanctuary. So now, since it's in Rajasthan, India, so this second option is not correct. Then we have the third one. Koleru Lake is in Andhra Pradesh. The primary inflows are Ramileru, Tamileru, Budameru, Polaraj Drain, and primary outflows are Upputeru. The basin country is India. So the third option again gets incorrect. So the first one we had Harike wetlands, yes, it's correct. The Keoladeo Ghana National Park, the confluence of Banas and Chambal, incorrect, and confluence of Musi and Krishna is also incorrect for Koleru Lake. So the correct answer is 1 only, that is A. So 46, correct answer is A, 1 only. Then we have question 47. Which one of the following pairs does not form part of the 6 systems of Indian philosophy? So we have Mimamsa, Vedanta, Nyaya, Vaisheshika, Lokayata, Kapalika, Sankhya, and Yoga. So here it's not form part of the 6 systems. So we have to see this which is not forming, and this is most of the time we just miss it out, because yes, in most of my MCQ analysis that we practice in our Instagram, there also a lot of people miss out on the incorrect part. So here Sankhya, Yoga, Nyaya, Vaisheshika, Mimamsa, and Vedanta do form part of the Hindu philosophy. So now when we have these 6, see, this time you were spared because in all the 4 options, 1 has to be incorrect because other 3 are correct. But if you do not know the answer, or you know that you're confused between 2, then what happens if you miss it out is the problem. So here in 47, Lokayata and Kapalika were missing when we looked into the Google about what all things are there. So according to this question, when we are asked not form part of the 6 systems of Indian philosophy, it's Lokayata and Kapalika, because yes, they do not form part of the 6 systems. So we have Mimamsa, Vedanta, Nyaya, Vaisheshika, Sankhya, and Yoga. These are the 6 systems of Indian philosophy. Then we have, consider the following pairs. Again, now hills. So wetlands were not enough, we have hills also. So now see the twist. It's not just about this hill in this place, this is coast also. So Cardamom Hills is written here Coromandel Coast. Kemur Hills is written Konkan Coast. Mahadev Hills, Central India, and Mikir Hills, Northeast India. So it's not just about place, you also need to know whether the Coromandel Coast is in the correct place where Cardamom Hills is. So first let's look into the Cardamom Hills. Cardamom Hills is in a place where Idukki district is near nearest, and Idukki district is in Kerala because we had a recent controversy, the Mulla Periyar Dam issue that was there, where Tamil Nadu operates it, manages it, but it's located in Idukki district. So there was a controversy between the Kerala thing and the Tamil Nadu thing. So accordingly, Cardamom Hills is in Kerala. But where is Coromandel Coast? Coromandel Coast, if you look at it, is in Tamil Nadu. So a lot of people get confused when you talk about Idukki district or anything, because yes, Mulla Periyar Dam is there, but it's in Kerala. Idukki district is in Kerala. So our hill that was also in Kerala, but Coromandel Coast is in Tamil Nadu. So accordingly, this answer, the first option, is incorrect. Our second option was Kemur Hills. Now, if you search over Google or anywhere where you know, where you rely on the atlas, maps, geography book, anything, Kemur Hills is in Madhya Pradesh. So Kemur Hills, we talk of Kemur Range if you talk of, because there's another thing called Kemur, that's a place, that's a district. So do not mix it up there. Kemur Hills, which is in India, is now in Madhya Pradesh. And if you look at Konkan Coast, the Konkan Coast is in Maharashtra. So again, this is also a bit of a different thing because Konkan Coast is in Maharashtra. So you had to know that. If you'd known about the Kemur Hills but you did not know about Konkan Coast, you would have missed out on this answer. So this is why geography is important. Interlinking is important, that okay, this hill is here but coast is not here or lake is not here, and somehow we move according to that pattern. Then we had the third option there as Mahadeo Hills, but Mahadeo Hills was an easy one because there they were asking about central India and it was not some coast. So here Mahadeo Hills are a range of hills in Madhya Pradesh. So yes, Madhya Pradesh does fall in the central India. So accordingly, Mahadeo Hills, the option, the pair that they have done with Mahadeo Hills of central India is correct. So the third option gets correct. The hills are situated in the northern section of the Satpura range. Then we have the fourth option, that was Mikir Hills. Now Mikir Hills here is said that it's a group of hills located to the south of the Kaziranga National Park. So now, even if Assam wasn't mentioned here with Kaziranga, you should have known, you should have guessed. Okay. So yeah, the easternmost Meghalaya, comprising the detached Mikir Hills, is partly isolated, being surrounded by 3 sites. So Mikir Hills, again northeast India, and Mahadeo Hills, central India. But Cardamom Hills was incorrect because it's not Coromandel Coast, and Kemur Hills is also incorrect because it's not Konkan Coast. So Mahadeo Hills is correct and Mikir Hills is correct, which leaves us with the 3 and 4. So 48, the correct answer is C, 3 and 4, which now becomes easy, but please do make sure that you prepare yourself in this way also, because you never know how UPSC asks you. Then we have the second last question for today. Which one of the following schedules of the Constitution of India contains provisions regarding anti-defection? What was the second schedule? What was the fifth schedule? What was the 8th schedule? And what was the 10th schedule? If you know all about it, you'll know the correct answer. And if you do not want to put it as an elimination method, I had taught you a trick about this. If you have been following Ideal Bibliotheca since the start or since very old, like when it's just started, you would have known. And if you haven't, there is a video on the schedules of Constitution. I'll put the link in the description, and apart from that, you can just search over YouTube schedules of Constitution Ideal Bibliotheca and you will get that right away, and the first video would be that. And in that, if you look at the 11:10 the time, you will find the trick to remember this 10th schedule, and accordingly you will know what was the trick that I taught you about all the schedules, how you could remember it easily, and from there you would never forget the second also, the 8th schedule also, and you would never ever forget the 10th schedule for sure. So go watch it there. If you know it already, do comment it down. If you know it because of Ideal Bibliotheca, do refer it to me, do tell me, so that other people can seek help from that, and I can be happy that yes, I am of help to you people and you people are also liking it. The last question for today, make sure that you answer 49th question. I'll be waiting for your answers. So the last question for today is the most important strategy for the conservation of biodiversity together with traditional human life is the establishment of biosphere reserves, botanical gardens, national parks and wildlife sanctuaries. So here they are asking for the whole of the biodiversity. If you have wildlife sanctuaries, that's for wild animals. If you have national parks, it's for different things. Botanical gardens is for just gardens. So the correct answer is 50A. Alright guys, this was it with today's video. I hope that it was a benefiting thing because I am really liking the MCQ analysis because it gives me a gist of how UPSC had been following and how it's going. And right now we are just in 2014 paper. I am pretty sure that once we cling to our 2015, 16, 17 and 18, we will somehow figure out how UPSC has been changing its pattern and everything. And I'm sure that if you follow this question paper, prelims would be easy because now we've seen when there are a lot of questions which have been easy, we are at least able to answer that even if it's taking a lot of time for us to eliminate, to predict or to know about it. But somewhere we are able to answer that, and that's a big thing for us because we have several months yet to go with that. And do watch the video, do refer to them because that's all for your benefit. Come back to this after 1 week or 2 weeks and again go through this video whenever you're just lying down or resting or you do not have time to write or learn. You can just watch the video instead of watching other comedy videos right now. Comedy videos are not bad, but when it's your UPSC right in front of you, this is better. Watch this so that it's just taking your 20 minutes of your day, but you're done with 10 questions again. Thanks for watching.